Okay, so it's officially fall and most of us are checking out, but you don't want to waste this time of year. It's the absolute best time of year to plant anything. But today we're talking grass seed. And just because it's fall, do you need to use a fall grass seed or should you use something else? That's what we're going to discuss. Okay, as you can see over my shoulder, a lot of places, including ourselves, produce fall grass seed mixes. And every year customers come in and say, I need that fall grass seed. But that's, in my opinion, not the case. You can use it and there's nothing wrong with it. But all that grass seed is just a fast germinating grass seed, typically heavy ryegrass, and it's designed just to come up fast. And that's not necessarily what you want to deal with for the rest of the time that you have that lawn. So let's take a look at some of the others. Okay, so picking out grass seed can be pretty intimidating at times, and most customers don't know even where to start. And so first thing I always ask is, are you patching a lawn or are you renovating a full lawn? So the reason I ask that is for the last 20 years, URI number 2, being that we're in Rhode Island, was always my go-to as far as just a good quality grass seed that just flourished in our conditions. But in my experience, after doing this for almost 20 years and now trying to maintain it, URI number 2, which a lot of people recognize the bags, just aren't seeming to hold up with climate change as much. I'm finding it browns out more often. It just isn't thriving as well, needs a little bit more TLC, very temperamental on the pH. And my experience is it's just not handling our crazy weather. Now, we can debate all day about climate change and weather change, but if you've been working the ground for 20 years, you know that it is vastly different. Our storms back 20 years ago, we were getting an inch or two of rain over periods of days and over storms. Those inch storms were isolated to major weather events or hurricanes and maybe a heavy thunderstorm in the summer. That's becoming our norm. And so the grass seed, the URI, just wasn't handling it very well. So this one over my shoulder here is called Ready Green. So Agway took all the newer genetic grass seeds, so darker green by nature, needing less fertilizer, and the more robust root systems. So if I'm looking for the best quality lawn I can get, I'm using the Agway Ready Green. But it is better to spend your money on better quality grass seed. I'd rather see you skip a lime application or skip a fertilizer application than to skimp on your grass seed. Get the right seed for the right area. So if I'm looking for the best overall lawn, I'm looking for a Ready Green. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of options. And most of these are pretty self-explanatory. So the only time I veer off of Ready Green is if I have a problem area. If I have dense shade, I'm going to use a deep shade or a shady green. If I have a high traffic area, maybe it's a narrow path and everybody has to walk to the same area, or it's a playground, I'm going to use a wear green. And so everybody out there has their own version and they all market it that way. So you kind of just simplify the whole setting to what it is that you need to do with the area. And if I'm just looking for a fast growing mix, then you have other ones that are like contractor mixes. So if you're subbing out and say you're not doing this yourself, I would recommend you really pay attention to your contractor if you're having a yard put in for you, or if you have somebody renovating a new residence, because we sell the contractor mixes and the landscape mixes, and then we go to URI, and then we go to Wear Green, all in varying degrees of quality. And really what that means is kind of newer genetics to older genetics. And the newer genetic seeds are just more resilient seeds and just tend to thrive a little bit better in handling our crazy weathers. And the cheaper seeds like the contractor mixes, a good percentage of the seed that's in there are annual and even going to die in the wintertime. They're designed just for a quick grab of the soil, stop erosion, and being able to let that contractor sign off on the property and leave. So try to take a look at that. And so if you're subbing out work on your property and they're putting in a lawn for you, ask the question what they're using for the grass seed, and just do a little bit of homework and make sure it's quality, because there's nothing worse when we get called in to help renovate a lawn and the lawn is brand new and I can tell half it's dying after the first winter, it's just wimpy, it's not looking good. I know the customer just paid somebody to renovate the lawn and now they have to start over from scratch, and they're dethatching, aerating, slice seeding. So do a little homework if you're subbing it out. And if you're doing any kind of renovation work on your lawn this fall, which I recommend because this is the best time of year to plant grass seed, invest in the best quality seed you can for the right area to achieve your objectives. Hope that helps. Take care.